Hey everybody! So today I thought I would try something new and do a bit of a different video format. I'm often sent questions by friends, family, and followers, and some of them are commonly asked questions and some of them maybe not so common, but I figured I would answer them all in video format so that if any of you had the same questions, maybe they could get answered on this video today. I first want to preface this video by saying that I live in southern Italy in the region of Campania, and it is a very different culture in the south compared to the north. And I also want to say that my personal experiences may not necessarily be your personal experience or circumstance, and so factoring in age and cultural background and educational background could change some of these responses. So please don't take what I'm saying today as a gospel, but they are coming from firsthand experiences here in Italy. If you're new here, my name is Amber Roy and I'm the Modern Hippie. And if you like what I'm doing and you want to support me, please don't forget to hit the like button and write me a note in the comment section below. So the first question is, can you realistically get by in Italy without speaking the language? So the short answer to that is yes. In touristy areas or larger cities, there is a massive tourist industry and Italy does rely on it. So a lot of people will learn English in order to get good jobs in the cities. That being said, if you were to go into smaller villages where you will experience, I feel, a more authentic Italian culture, that would be increasingly more difficult because, so for example, my personal circumstances were that I was in a smaller village where not a lot of people spoke English, and unfortunately that means you're on the fast track to learning Italian. The great thing about Italians, though, is that they speak with their hands. And so I feel like you're in a good position if you can mime what you want. In all seriousness, these smaller villages, people are really kind and I think a lot of times excited to meet someone from another country and more than happy to try and figure out what you're looking for or what you need and help you. I also want to point out the fact that Italy does have a number of dialects. So even Italians from southern Italy going up to North Italy may speak like a completely different language. So each region, each town has their own dialect. There are southern Italians that don't understand northern Italians. So don't feel bad if you don't speak the language. In my case, what I found really helped was using translator apps on your cell phone. The service in Italy is really great. The data plans here are also super cheap. So if you're coming to Italy for a few months, I would definitely recommend like getting a SIM card or something and a cheap data plan and using a translator app. They're really sophisticated these days, and I think you'd be able to get by with just a translator app for sure. So that's an easy question. It is very hard to find a good paying job here in Italy. I would say the only way you're getting a good paying job is if you know someone and you have connections, or if you're transferred from a company outside of Italy that has Italian offices or headquarters. That's the only way you're getting a good paying job, at least in the south of Italy. Or you could join the mafia, which is actually super dangerous and like risking the lives of your entire family. How are you able to live in Italy and what is the visa process like? So I will repeat that everyone's personal circumstances are going to be different. Your age, your financial status, your heritage and background, those will all play a factor. In my case personally, I have a working holiday visa that expired after 1 year. And after that time, Stefano and I made an application for me to be his live-in maid or support throughout like COVID. So there were a few different labor options, and they were kind of meant for people who are either immigrants or people who got stuck here because of COVID. And that was our process. So I'm currently in the process of extending my CAF application, and that is how I'm able to remain here in Italy. The work visa or working holiday process is actually pretty simple, a lot more simple than the permanent resident or like the residency application, and so that was why I went with the working holiday visa route, just because it was faster, and that's what the Italian consulate in Canada advised me to do. So that was what I did. It didn't cost too much. I think it maybe cost a couple $100 for the application and like shipping documents and all that stuff. And then once you get to Italy, you have to apply for a permesso di soggiorno. But I think that's kind of, maybe that's for another video, and I can kind of walk you guys through a little bit more of the process behind visas, because it is a lengthy process and there are a lot of components and moving parts involved. So I will save the process for another video because it is pretty in-depth and I don't want this to turn into an hour-long Q&A. So the last question for today is, why are Italians always trying to escape Italy and others always trying to immigrate to Italy? And that's obviously going to depend on the person. In my personal situation, and I think a lot of people, I am part Italian. And so Italians have the luxury of living in a country where their ancestors came from. Unfortunately, I do not. My ancestors came from Finland, France, and Italy. And so just kind of reconnecting with my roots was really important to me and finding out where I came from. But also there is a romanticism to Italy, and I think the lifestyle is really attractive to a lot of people. We live a very fast-paced life in Canada, and so the slowing down to really enjoy the finer things in life, like wine and pasta and pizza, and a really romantic Latin language is really what attracts us to Italy. Italy also has like this cultural component and like a history. So we don't have, you know, buildings that are centuries old in Canada. We're a relatively new country. So the historical factor definitely plays a part. The cultural factor, like the art and the fashion and kind of like appreciation for finer things in life. And I think that really resonates with Italy. And so a lot of people picture this glamorous, luxe, really relaxed culture, and Italy is pretty relaxed, I can say, after a year of living here. And so I think those are kind of selling features for sure. And that basically wraps up today's Q&A. I hope that you found some value or some insights that you were looking for in this Q&A session. And if you have any other questions that you would like for me to answer in a future Q&A video, please leave them in the comment section below. I would love to answer them and share all of my experiences and insights with all of you. Until next time, arrivederci!